afternoon, and good evening, depending with where you are watching us from. Thank you so much for always finding time to come and watch this show. Yes, this is Couples Will Show, and this is where we write down our love while we are alive, for we don't want our love stories to be read when we are gone. Neither we want our love stories to be read when we are 6 feet under. Yes. Yeah, and that is why every Friday we gather here and we come to give you encouragement. We come here to encourage you and to tell you that marriage can work, that relationship can work. And so last Friday we were here and I was having the Barrazas. And so from where we stopped, that is where we are picking it from. And my name is Willie Kinyash. I'm a Dr. Love, and we are coming to you live from Maxland Hotel in Chuja City Mall. Barazas.
Yes.
Last Friday mkachoma. Na kuna mtu anauliza kwani sisi ni twins.
People could easily mistake that when you come on the show, you are given a chance.
Yes, we don't have shots here, so when you so ukikuja couples mnadungwa shati ya host. So karibuni sana. It's good to have you here. Maybe there's someone who is watching watching us for the first time, so maybe they didn't watch the last Friday's episode. So kindly you can do introduction. And so if you're watching for the first time, kindly make sure that you go back and watch their first episode, because you'll be able to connect when you watch their first episode. So kindly say hi and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Liz Baraza. I'm born again. I love Jesus Christ as my personal savior. And today we are so happy to be here, Willie.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting us and to share our story.
Yeah.
And it's my hope that will inspire someone out there, someone who is thinking maybe they want to get married and they are afraid. Some things marriage does not work. So we are so glad and we thank God being here.
Yeah.
Let me invite my dear lovely husband, Dr. Elias. Karibu, Dr.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Elias Wadela. I'm also born again. As my wife has said, we are a couple. We are living happily and we live happily ever after. I'm a lecturer at St. Paul's University. I do. And also, of course, as I lecture in business, I also do business. My wife, I always tell her I'm a socialist. I come up with ideas, she executes them in our normal life. So we are glad to be here. Willie for inviting us, and yes, as my wife also has mentioned, marriage works, of course, and we are a testimony to that. And of course, we know that how many years are we going to stay together even after this?
90 plus.
Oh, 90 plus years.
Yes.
And we always grow strong in love.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And we want just to encourage people that marriage works. It's a lovely thing. And of course, I've always believed God purposes, predestines everything in place. So welcome to marriage life. Welcome to couples.
Thank you so much. And so last Friday we left it at the point now you want to make this relationship formal and official. And this man comes from Western, this another one from Central Kenya.
I'm a lawyer and she's a Kikuyu.
How did you break the news to your parents?
Maybe you should start.
Yes, I'll start. We left we had gone to visit my sister. It was a visiting day, prayer day. And my parents, they happened to meet him. But that day, it was just like no talking, no much, no introduction. That was not introduction. So when my dad went back to Kisumu, I now called him. And I told him, you see that man you have seen? He's a lawyer. And he's called Elias. And he said he loves me and he wants us to get married. And he's serious. So I don't know. What do you think about it? And he was like, hey, Wajiko. So that's what I've come up to you. And I knew he had said, you'll never get married. None of my daughters will ever get married in Western Kenya. No Luyas, no Luos, no nothing. So I told him, Dad, this one, he's different. He's not the way you think. And he's not a Luo. He's a Luya, please. He's a Luya. So he's a nice person, and he has proven to be a good person. So he wants even to come home for introduction. He wants us to do Rorashio, and he wants us to do a wedding. And we want to come to Rorashio. It was in March. So it's soon. And
No, we had planned to do the Rashon in June. By the time you're telling your dad, I think it was December.
it was December. Hapo hivyo mwaka ikiisha around there. Hapo November, December.
So you guys, you've planned for Rashio, and your parents have you're not in agreement with your parents.
You know, now when he said, okay, so when we were still dating, I happened to take his phone, and I went to the call log. I saw my wife. So I was like, as he said earlier, he had saved me, my wife, since day one.
Yeah.
You remember at Greenspan when I gave him my number to look for the house, blah, blah, blah. So when I saw it, my wife, I was like, really, my wife. So that day, we discussed so many things. And that's when he told me what he would want. He would want us to do a wedding. Wedding was never my thing. I never even attended a wedding. Actually, my wedding was the first wedding to attend. So I was like, this guy is talking about even wedding. I'm not a wedding person. And I was like, okay. So I had told my sister. And my sister was, my bigger sister was like, are you sure? Are you really, really sure? I was like, no, I think I'm sure I know what I want. Because there's something that happened that made me now to make up my mind. That maybe the story we'll give you some other time. There's something that happened that made me now to make up my mind. And I knew he was the one. And I said, now I'll stop running away. This is the person, and this is the person that God wants me to marry. Because I gave God a test. I told him, God, if this is the person, do this and this for me and prove it now. No, I don't want to wait. Prove it. And God did it. So that's how I knew now he's mine. We are meant to be. So that's why I went even a step ahead to make my parent meet with him. And I even went ahead and now told my dad.
What was that thing you told God?
So there's this time we were dating, and you know now when you're dating you have ups and down. So I annoyed him, and he was very mad at me, and he said, now I'm leaving, and I'm leaving you completely. We are breaking up. We are done. And we were done, by the way. So he left. He picked some of his stuff and he left. He had bought a car that time. So he went. I was with Milka once again. I told Milka, now this is what going. This is crazy. Now I know this guy has left. And I didn't mean it. I don't want him to leave me. Because I was saying I don't want to date. I don't want anyone. But now that he has left, I felt no. He was a good person. I don't want him to leave. But he has already made his mind and he has left. So I said, Milka was having hangover. She was sleeping there. So I said, I had a Bible I was given by my sister Joyce. So I took that Bible. That Bible I went with it to Dubai. I came back with it. I was having Bible with me. That time I was not even born again. So I took that Bible. I said, God, if this is the guy that is meant for me, he has told me it's over, he has left. He has taken everything, he has gone. So God, if this relationship is meant to be, and he's the one to be my husband, I pray, let him come back. Or just make a way for us to be together. Because he has already left. And I know, Amenda, kabisa, I'll never meet him again. And I said, God, please, if we are meant to be, just give me a sign. na sitaki ikae, I want a sign like today. So that hata mimi ni make up my mind, kwanza niende nikatafute sasa visa. Unajua nilikuwa nimeweka pause, I was like, so God, I want a sign and I need it now. I was not even born again. Today, that's when I came to know. So I was even strong, even when I was not born again. I knew how to. That is the first time I approached God. And I didn't even pray. I just said, God, please, I pray. If this man, he's the one for me. Don't let him go. Let him to come back. Let us meet. So he left. Akaenda. But later, he called. Are you the one who called or I called you? He called. But remember, he was very mad. He called me. Nikamwambia, hey babe, why are you? Akaniambia, I'm just here, I'm Jim Lisa. Nikamwambia, please, can I come and meet you? Please, I want to talk with you. Don't go. Can I come? He said, yes, come. I told Milka, now Milka, bye-bye. I'm going. Wewe baki hapo. I'm going to meet my boyfriend and I'm going to talk with him and I'm going to apologize juu nimemkosea. So I rushed. Nikaenda. After like 30 minutes, I met him. That was the beautiful evening we ever had. Wow. We talked. I told him, I'm sorry. I apologized. I promised I'll never do this and this and this and this. I'll be a good girl. I made so many promises and I've kept most of them. So we talked, we agreed, and we came back together. Wow. And now from then, I was serious. And now I knew he is meant for me.
Wow.
Yes.
But even during those periods, you know, I've been brought up in church. I got saved Tambo in Webuye, Deliverance Church Webuye, Reverend Jackson Ongeri. He brought me up. Hiyo miaka yote amenifunza neno la Mungu. Nimeishi church sana. So I met this girl. I really love her. My heart was for her. You know, I was single, I was not searching, and I met her, and I explained that. Mm-hmm. So, during that period, you know, I used to introduce her to God slowly. Namueleza, you know, God says this. Whenever she's mad, ama tumekosana nini, you know, I used to approach her with love. Your love, sasa, you namtaka hiyo, sasa love ya God pia. At the back of my mind, I knew one thing. Of course, I must marry someone who is saved. Yes. Yeah. But I love this guy. Why am I loving her so much, but she's not saved by this thing? So I preached to her, and she got saved. Nikamlead kwa Yesu akaokoka. Amen. You get it? And you know this story ya kumit mpaka kufanya wedding. It was 10 months. All these stories. Yes, 10 months we had done all these ups and downs, makukosana, makwenda kwa family introduction. Introduction, kufanya ruwasho na kufanya wedding, 10 months. I met her in 2014 in June. We did a wedding in May 2015 on 2nd May. Wow. 10 months. So after I introduced her to God, akaokoka nini, tukafanya hizo ma wedding, tukafanya life pamoja. But now we were at the point of now introducing to our families. I've met this guy. She has introduced me to her family. You know, my parents passed on me in Kitambo. My real parents, my dad and mom, passed on many years. It's like 20 years ago. So we had been living with my uncles and aunts. So my aunt, I need to aunt Scholar, my eldest aunt, she was taking care of us. So she heard, I had not told her, she heard, where Elias is dating, kuna msichana amepata Nairobi. Na namdate. Na ni Mkikuyu. So nyumbani kuliwaka. Alijua aje? I don't understand.
You know, when I met, when he took me to his place, I told you they were living. There were many sisters, brothers. Story.
One of the shemeji alifikisha.
One of my sisters, I think. And of course my cousin, I think Collins or something. So I got a text from my aunt, who's my mom, of course, now. Yes, my mom was not there, so it's my mom. Ananiambia, Dad, now you are umetoka kwa cooking pot, umeingia kwa frying pan.
No, you have from the frying pan, now you have jumped to the fire.
From the frying pan, you're down to the
The
fire.
fire.
What did she mean? I dated a girl for some years who called home with boy, and everybody knew we were to get married. Several years, I think 5 years. And dramas happened to her channel. So that's what she was referring to, the cooking pot.
Frying pan.
But
Now
yes,
you've jumped to the what, to the fire.
Yes, because one thing they had is like a queen.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? And she was drinking when we met that time. Nikwambia nilimwambia akaokoka.
No, I was just like a normal person, the way, you understand.
Yes, she's not born again, of course. So
That's why I don't condemn.
So, your stories will be in there, home. You story, oh, this girl, she drinks, she's not saved, areas are in the mess, after all these years, story. Yet my heart was just telling me I need to get married to her. I need to marry this girl. And I no shadow of doubt. Nimepelekwa kanisani tena yote. Sikufikiria watu watasema nini by the way.
Nikufikiria kwa ya members.
Nini hapa. Hakuna kitu. Nikaamua pesa niko nayo kupanga wedding. And people from St. Paul's University, my colleagues, really assisted me in planning the wedding for the wedding. And that time, we were in a new church. We were staying in Rwaka. We were in a new church at what's the name of that church?
Karura Forest.
Karura Forest. Karura Community Chapel. So we were very new. So no one could even assist us to do the wedding all those times. It happened. Waswashiri walisaidia sana tukapanga wedding. After hizo ups and downs, mama mjua alifika mahali wakagiva huyu ameamua kuoa msichana. But now because of the distance also, they cannot confront me daily.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put off your phone and you're not available. Wanasianga tu plan. Naambia mom, I want to mkuja introduction. So because I could afford some money, so I made sure nalipa mpaka gari mbili kutoka nyumbani, waingie kwa gari hao wakuje Nyeri. My grandparents and my aunts, my brothers and my cousins came. Tukaenda Rurasho. Of course, tumelipia gari mbili kama watu 30. Tukaenda Rurasho. And no one could really question me directly. Wanajiulizana tu maswali kando. Sasa kumendaje? But no one is asking me the real question. When I see a question, it's almost coming. Nilikuwa na avoid sana. By avoiding much contact and talking with them. And that's how I maneuvered through those questions.
Remember your uncle?
The rest is his sisters. But of course now they have seen we were meant to be. So basically, he taught me something that marriage is decision ya watu wawili. We are the two most important people. We in marriage, we are the two most important people.
True.
If anyone comes between us, that is a foreign body. It doesn't matter who.
Yeah.
Because we purpose, as the Bible says, two become one. So if you are one, nothing should come between us. Any person will take me aside and tell me something that they don't want my wife to hear. That thing is not right.
True.
So from that moment and those processes, I think I purposed that it is for us to, the decision, whatever we agree on, the two of us, that is what should stand. So the only challenge is, unless her parents refused.
But her parents were okay.
Now, my dad, he said he want to see him again. I take him now. Akasema, even if then he's a lawyer and you're insisting, just bring him. When I see him, well, tuongee na yeye kama ilo, the first one ilikuwa tu ile. Now bring him, I see him. And then from there, I'll give you my word. So tukaenda all the way to Kisumu with him, where my dad was staying and working. So after they met, my dad talked with him, akamwangalia, I don't know what he saw. And then now later, after we have gone back, so after we went back now, he called me and he told me, are you sure? Are you sure you want to be married there? Are you sure hutaki Mkikuyu unataka kwenda Western? Are you very sure? I told him yes. He said it's okay. you have my blessing. The way I've seen him, he seems to be a good man.
Wow.
So I accept. As much as I had refused, this one I accept.
Wow.
So Daddy accepted.
Has he been a good man?
Yes, he has. Ni ile tu akosi kidogo kidogo, but
Kama gani? Ongea.
Fungua roho.
Habari ni cancel.
Fungua roho.
I can't complain much. But as I said, akukosi mambo mbili tatu that gets you pissed off kabisa. Until you want to pack and leave.
Of
But
course, like insisting on, we are really, we have been brought up to know that as young men, even before we got into marriage, trouser uvai siku moja. Unavaa, unakunja, unavaa. Nataka ioshe after every.
Hapo tuko pamoja.
Hii
socks haijachafuka. Simevaa tu jana.
Vuliwe tena.
Really, I always ask him, you're not the one washing it. Your work is just to remove it. I tell him, in fact, I'm the one who buys. Toka we met that time, I changed his clothing, I bought him new clothes. So namwambianga from day one, hata ujinunuli, I'm the one taking care of it. Ikiisha nichanunua ingine. So please, hata tu yoshwe. But I tell you, up to today, napatanga zimewekwa. Let me tell you what we do nowadays. I said no again. Yeye anatoa, and because it's black, ataangalia, it's not that. Akunje vizuri, aeke kwa drawer. Na mimi naenda, akienda job, naichukua, napeleka kwa kuosha. So he'll find iko clean. And he's like, so zingine nendanga nazitoa. Akiweka na mimi natoa. Nilisema no argument. You put it, I remove it, I wash.
Really things like you kutengeneza bed, kuosha, of course he does, of course. But me, I don't care. Umemlala maamuka bed, si lazima utengeneze.
After all, as long as you sleep again, lazima mtaiharibu.
I wonder.
Small differences. By the way, some of the differences, of course, I've experienced also. The major ones. I've done mathematics, I've done economics, I've done finance, I've done accounting, those areas. So I think it's going to affect some. Why? They have programmed me in such a way that everything should be planned. Kama ni pesa kwa nyumba tuko na 20,000, uniambie hivi na hivi na hivi inafanywa hivi. Let me give you a scenario that happened early in our marriage. We were staying at Nasra Estate. Then we went for shopping. We were just the two of us. We were with Hansley, our small, our firstborn. So tukaenda shopping hapo Naivas. One, my wife amesema niko nataka ni kama 11,000-12,000. Nisema okay, so your budget is 11,12, okay, so let's go. Will, tulitoka hapo na shopping ya 22,000 shillings. Sasa tumeleta kwa counter nalipa. I'm mad. We have spent double the budget. Double the budget. As in, when you took me from the house, you didn't know that you require things for 11,000. How is it that you are spending 12,000 shillings more? That is almost double the budget. I was really mad. It happened mara ya kwanza. Mara ya pili tena anasema nipeleke shopping. Tumeenda. Inaenda above the budget. Tunakosana. You get? Mara ya tatu nikasema sasa, now it has happened. I will not be mad again. What I need to do, niombe Mungu anipe pesa. I just need to pray God to give me money, a lot of money. So that hizi kukosana kidogo na shopping. So that if you have like some 100,000 shillings in your account and you spend 20 or 30, I should not be able to question. But hii mahali mimi tunakuwa nazo kwa sababu hii pesa ni kidogo. So nikaanza kuomba Mungu anipe pesa. And I prayed by and God will bless us.
We no longer argue in the supermarket. I normally go, I shop, I just swipe the card and come back. Anaonanga receipt baadaye.
Hata sahi suppose wananiambia natumia 20k na natumia 25 ama 30. Of course, I will feel it is not right even still now, but I chose not to be angry anymore. Because I realize, one, she's not doing it for her own good. She's doing it for my family's good.
Yeah.
She's not using the money on her team. She's using for the house. Yeah? So if there's a deficit in our budget, one of the things of course, it's upon me to think, where do I get money now to cover the deficit? What do I do to make up to that without getting angry now? Those are some of the things I've learned in this marriage. Through the challenges we went through. Of course.
I know we'll be talking more about that when we come to the discussing about some of the challenges you faced in your marriage and how you overcome the
experiences.
But back to the parents issue. Now after the introduction, of course, now there's the dowry. How was it? Now her being a Kikuyu, you are a Luya, and so the way we do things is different from the way you do things. How was it?
Now everyone at home has understood Elias is serious, wants to marry this girl, and he's not backing out. One of the advantages I had money. I could afford money, of course. I was working.
Yeah.
Of course, you realize later I was working.
You came to know that he's not a broker.
He's not a broker. He's not doing brokerage.
But brokering business is good.
Yes.
Even now, So, those culture things have not been so much in them. My brother Porras, and he knows most of those things. Even now, he still teaches me some of them.
Your blood brother?
My blood brother, my first, I'm a third born. My brother is the first one called Porras. Porras knows much of those things, how they are done. So he's the one who comes in. I just told him I want to marry. But one thing with my brother, and I like that about him, and I love him, because of one of those reasons. When I tell him I want to do this, the first thing, he has never objected to me doing anything, even from the time of marriage. Why? Because I think he values my decisions. He feels if I've made that decision, then I feel it is right for me. Unless in rare occasions where he felt, hapa just funny, even in marriage, he advises me, of course. So that time, I just told him I want to marry, and I'm marrying a lady. He's the one who organized people from home. And apparently, another thing, I don't know how, all my best friends have been Kikuyus. In high school, and even up to now, he's called Daniel Mashaka. Has been my friend Dan kutoka Webuye. Family friends, even when my parents died, they stood with us a lot. Every week, almost every day, I used to go to their place. As a family now. He was my best friend. Going to campus, Kimani Moses, Bakasai. So my two best friends, Kimani, Mashara, no Kikuyu. So it helped me. For us, to what looking at Mashari, in fact, he was the secretary to the Rogasho thing. I hope I can use my notes. So, for us, Mashari, Masha akakuja na mama yake na sister zake, tukaenda Rogasho. So, I think walitusaidia sana. Of course, hao ndio walikuwa na negotiate on our behalf. So I took some of my friends, Haron Wamoto, I took my family members, my uncles, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles to Kenya. But mostly, Kinamash, my family, with their guidance, of course we got some guidance from what is expected from the family. It helped a bit to smoothen the process. So of course, we'll be in advance, this is what is needed, but mnafika hapo mnaargue your case around. Of course, na agree na my wife, and upate every detail clear. So tukakuja na budget hiyo ilikuwa 300 ama ngapi. Sasa hili ukifika hapo vitu vichenjanga.
Vitu vichenjanga.
They get adjusted. You find that your budget now umesema utapeana hii mpaka pesa ya dawari inabidi una reduce ukate uweke huko ya shosho. Ya auntie ya mama. You know, in Luya we pay dowry using cows. Then they pay using goats.
Yes.
Currently, of course, according to what I know, Waluya sinalipa ng'ombe 12 dowry. So ukipeleka 6, 5, 4 as deposit, ingine utalipa baadaye. Hawa nao wana count in terms of
goats. 99 na zinakuwa 99.
And my father-in-law by the way, alinisaidia. Alinipatia rate nzuri hapa per goat. Tulinegotiate hiyo room, alinegotiate hiyo sasa mimi siongei. I just hear that one of the things Dad did, alisema the elder sister cows were counted at 6,000 or 7,000 around there. So akaniongeza tu bob moja. Akasema now you cannot charge below the elder sister. So I just add your shilling on top of that. God is good. God came through for me.
Wow.
So that's how we maneuvered, and we paid the dowry. And then another favor I got from the family, I asked for wedding. I think during the dowry payment, nikauliza wedding pia pamoja. Ukaniambia hapana, zitakonga separate. Ili watutoe nje tena zidi twende
muingie tena
muingia fresh.
Yes.
Muingia ni pesa.
Yes.
Pay fresh. Mama akapo wajoke na wewe. Unatoa kitu, unapeana nini unaingia. So I was granted my both wishes. I paid the dowry, then I was given the wedding. Thank God.
Wow.
Cool sana. So the rest is history. So
yes.
Maybe sisi vijana huku wase wangu sasa bali mambo. Yes.
Lizzie, how was the wedding?
Even before the wedding, the Rorasho was wonderful. You know, now two tribes coming together. So, Pale, what made me to laugh, it was so interesting. The Luyas, they're speaking Kiluya. Wakikuyu, they're speaking Kikuyu. These are elderly men and women from the village.
Yes.
So, they came singing. You know, when from Mukoju kwenye where they parked. So they came home, but you understand. You have Geti Mefungo, you have to sing from this side and from this side. So ladies were singing na Kikuyu, the other ones were singing in Luya. So nobody knows what they're saying.
I remember there was a song knitting.
That one.
I remember one of my aunts started the song Wakikuyu but knitting yakobi. These Kikuyus are so mean on their things. They are very they are stingy.
Ndio wamefungiwa wanapeana wanaambia ongezea. You know, now they don't understand each other.
Yes.
So they are giving money and then Wakikuyu wanaambia pana muongezee. Na wanaimba zao sasa wakaanza hata kuimba wanakaziwa, but it was fun. It was lovely.
My friend Haron, I have a friend Haron Wamoto, also married from Kikuyu. Haron alitusaidia. In fact, he was my best man. So Haron akatuitia akatuconnect kwa Isukuti. These guys of Isukuti from Kitale. They really wakakuja by the kwa wedding.
Kwa wedding ndo alikuja.
Very live. I liked that.
So it was lovely. Nyinyi mnaimba Kikuyu ama wanaimba Kiluya, wako na traditions zao, and it was lovely. But they could understand each other. They came to an agreement. As much as they're talking different languages, they came to an understanding and they came in. So they came in. We ate, we celebrated, mpaka wakaenda. It was memorable. You know, kwa kijiji yetu, they left the fame. Yeah, it was amazing. Hata kukuwa na kitu kama hiyo before.
The greatest regret we have, we never recorded the session. We took a record, I don't know why. We recorded, I think it's in a recorded on my phone. Na hata ilipoteanga on my
And you know, another interesting part, it was, you know, at the Rurashios, the ladies normally cover themselves with the lessons. So I never gave him the hint. Not the slightest, I never did.
Why?
Because I wanted to know, atanijua, does he even know how I am?
So
there's a friend of mine we were with in Dubai, we were working together with her. She's called Terry. So tunatoshana, even the height, everything. So I was very sure. And there's a mistake between me and Terry. So we decided tutasimama place moja, me and Terry. And then we are covered, we walked. So we were like, okay, let's see. And you know there's a fine. If you fail, you will pay.
Yeah.
Nikajua, I'm not telling you, I'm not giving you hints. Wewe kuja nichague. So it got that time, to come and come and get your bride.
Yes.
So he just came. He went through Akaenda. He just came direct where I was, and he was like, "Oh,
wow!" And that was you.
That was me.
I was observing her walking style. I knew her walking style.
Mpaka miguu kichini kabisa.
Wow.
And he just came, he hugged me. Yeah, it was love.
Wow, nice. Yes. So how was the wedding?
So my dad was, thank you daddy, he did so well. Akupeleka my husband because I had gone home and we had a talk with my parents. So niliwaambia my husband ndo anaanza life. He's not a billionaire the way you may think. We're just starting life. And I knew how much he had because we had discussed about the same. So I told him, this is how much he'll give you. This is how much you are spending. So please, msimuitishe more than this. So we had an agreement with my dad, which he honored. So everything went cool. Akatupea wedding, akatupea rorashio. And then now we went back to Nairobi. I thank God for St. Paul's, the committee. They came through for us. Watu walisimama na yeye sana, hata si mimi yeye sana, because they were the colleagues. And yeah, we were given the venue. But now, when it came to the wedding, about the pastor, we didn't have a pastor wakutuunganisha, because he mentioned we went to Karura Community Chapel. We were very new. So according to where our wedding dates, it could not go along with them, because you have to stay in church for this long, and then you have to go through this session before we can officiate you. So we had already communicated our dates. We had already told our parents, everybody. So how we could not change. So one of my cousins called Tabim, she helped me. She introduced me to Apostle Mark. Yeah, he's a pastor. He's a pastor. He's a good man of God. He agreed, and alitusaidia sana, akatuunganisha. It was a garden wedding. Yes, it was a garden wedding. It was colorful. It was amazing, and it was so good.
Was that the kind of wedding you wanted to have?
I said I never wanted a wedding. I never even. My wedding was the first wedding to attend. So before the wedding, I started watching wedding shows. My sister told me, now you have to watch. And you have to tell people that are doing weddings from a kanisa, you go and crash when they wonder how it's done. So I had done research. And then the committee member, because kwa shule they had done a lot of committees for the wedding, he knew. So the crew we had walini enlightened pia. Yes.
Wow.
So the wedding was even more than I expected.
Wow.
We did a Russia in March. One of the reasons why you were working on budget is because we had agreed, let's spend this much on the negotiations. Then so that we remain with some money for the wedding. Like during the time of wedding, we spent around 550,000 or 600,000 there. But now the committee helped us to gather more than 200,000. Around 200,000 to add on what we had. The wedding was successful at least. It was nice. The foods people ate were
until leftovers.
It was a lot of food.
Watu ambali, they had to be wakapakiwa food, take away, and it was good.
Wow.
Service providers were good. We didn't have any challenges.
And honeymoon.
And then we went to our honeymoon.
How was the experience?
The honeymoon, of course, it was unfortunate that when we went for the honeymoon, we were going for like 2 weeks. Then, kumbe her grandfather alikufa the day after our wedding. Huko nyumbani.
Our wedding was on 2nd, he died on 3rd in the morning.
So wakakosa kutuambia, wakaanza na wasa wako honeymoon, so maybe tupatie siku 3. Let's give them like 3 days to tuambie. So tuambie we had to cut off the honeymoon after next 2 days because we had to travel back.
We had to book our flights.
Less than a week. We were back when I'm done.
It was sad. Yeah, it was
I promised I would take it.
Of course, I want to go back.
Every time we go out.
No, I want there, that place specific. You book the flight, we go once again.
But Sasa,
that is
why you came to say your love will hear.
By the way, it was cut short. It was sad. It was a sad moment.
Sasa jipange mrudishe. Wow.
So
then after that, marriage imeanza sasa. How has been the journey?
What can I say? Our marriage has been defined by various factors. One, our love for God. We are under Bishop Harrison Nana now at CFF Central Church. We have been under him, a man of God we really love so much and respect, since 2016.
September.
2016 September is when we joined CFF Central Church. And we have sat under him. He has taught us the word of God for our personal life and even marriage a lot.
Yeah.
What can I say? 2 most important things I value. First, in fact, is the one who taught us that a couple, wife will sit on the left. That's why you see like this. I will have sat here. That's one of the things I always remember even to tell my wife. He sits on my left on this. Second thing is about having a wife wherever you go. It guards a lot from issues. Even my students, I tell them I'm married, we are blessed, of course. I encourage, just as much as I'm protecting myself, I'm encouraging them, of course. As I mentioned,
yes.
I prayed for her to get saved.
Yes.
But now we joined CFF, Christian Parental Fellowship at Central Church in 2016. When she went there, let me explain something before how we went there. At Bishop Harrison Nana, we had come to Moi University in 2006 on a Friday Christian Union Fellowship. And my roommate Kim knew him. And he said, there's a man of God coming when you need to preach this Friday. He's a cool man of God, and I'm going to put it is very powerful. I've been brought up to Deliverance Church in Moi University. I'm in Christian Union. Whenever I go home, I go to Deliverance Church. So we say, let's go and listen to him. That is 2006 on a Friday. So fast forward, 8 years later, 9 years or around 9 years, Archbishop was preaching on KBC. Remember, he was preaching on Monday, on Sunday mornings at 8:30.
KBC.
By that time, after marriage, we were church hopping. After moving from Rwaka, we went to Sita. We went to Grace.
House of Grace.
Grace Gospel Church. We went to House of Grace. We went to several churches. But then I told my wife one day, on Sunday, but of course I was frequenting Umoja Deliverance Church. Those times I was going to Deliverance Church Umoja. So I told my wife, this Sunday I want you to listen to a man of God. He preaches on KBC. So nataka before to the church this Sunday tumsikize, alafu before to the church. So nikaekea my wife Archbishop akiwa KBC. Akaanza kumsikiliza. Yeye akasema, "Hey, I love him. It was so nice. I think I feel it. Sema okay, if you okay, I can take church yake iko hapa Bunyala Road. Nitakupeleka you visit. Your next Sunday to visit alafu before you go to your back to start deliverance at tomorrow. So my wife tukaenda hiyo Sunday, the following Sunday kwa bishop. Sasa tukarudi home. Alisikia kunakuwa na lanjawa. Alisikia kunakuwa na prayer services Wednesday. From that Monday alikuwa anaenda malanjawa zote.
Wow.
We had a Voxy, our car Voxy. So she used to go within to Lanjawa to Bunyala. Prayers za Wednesday wanaombewa. Then kuna town Lanjawa is pia town. Akitoka Bunyala she drives anabeba hata washirika wa kanisa anaenda nao town. That time I remember niambia alibeba mpaka pastors wawili hapo. Hapo anajua hata town alisikia tu kuna town. So she went to town. So she comes home. Ananiambia alienda mpaka ameombewa fresh. Kuombewa kufanya nini? Akasema ameombewa kuokoka. I got saved again. But I told her, I prayed for you, you got saved. So how is getting saved again? Do you feel that mine was fake? I said, I just felt I need to get saved again.
I'm told that our time is up. We are going to pick it from there. Ameoka mara ya pili.
Afresh.
So we will pick it from there as we continue with the third episode. So thank you so much for coming, guys.
Okay.
Hey, we are having an amazing time here with this lovely couple. Yes, I was having the Barrazas, Dr. Elias and Liz Baraza, and they are such a great encouragement to couples out there. And so, if you missed out their first episode, kindly go back there and watch their first episode and get to see how they met and how it has been. And so, coming Friday, we'll be doing the last and final episode about their marriage, how the journey has been, what are some of the challenges they have gone through in their marriage, and how have they overcome them, all those challenges. How have they overcome all those challenges they have gone through? And so you better stick here on Friday. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. And you will enjoy. So thank you so much for joining in. My name is Willie Kinyash, and this is Couples Week Show. This is where we write down our love when we are alive, for we don't want our love stories to be read when we are 6 feet under. Neither do we want our love stories to be read when we are gone. And we were coming to you live from Maxland Hotel in Chuja. Thank you so much for now. It is a good night. God bless you, and God bless your marriage. Go ahead, your